Hey guys, what's going on? Sadiq. Welcome to Experiences with Sadiq. Season 2. Experiences with Sadiq is about all things real estate. A show where communication is key, advocating for the people is bliss, and knowledge, it's inspiring. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. And oh yeah, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. Whether you're buying or selling a home, I'm that guy. Let's go! So what's going on, ladies, man?
What does that mean?
Huh?
Oh.
What you mean? Oh.
No, I said, what does that mean? Because he said we're rolling, and I don't know.
Oh my gosh, guys, what's going on? It's your man Sadiq. Welcome to Experiences with Sadiq, Season 2. This is how we do it. You know, I'm extremely glad for this year. You know, last year was a huge learning experience for Jesse and I. We did a lot of interviews for the podcast last year. So a lot of great things has been occurring. And this year I could definitely say I'm blessed, you know, because I'm actually launching the team with two lovely ladies, two crazy lovely ladies, by the way. You know, I don't know how it happened, but they like on my team. They drive me crazy all the time. But you know, it's fun. I do love it. I do love them. They bring a great sense of humor to my life, I guess you want to say. They shine light in a lot of things that I do plan on doing this year, and I am extremely proud to say Gladys Santana and the one and only Miss Christina Hollis Manella. She got married last year, so congratulations on that. Beautiful mother, great wife to the man John Manella himself. Great family, actually. I've known Christina
way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long.
I feel like my life's been tortured for many years by and somehow, some way, Gladys just happened to like just dive into like my life.
We found her.
I don't know where I think she was left at a fire police station, like, you know, and they just.
For real.
But we are the new team in Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to be helping buyers and sellers both in the city that we all are from, as well as we're going to tap into Massachusetts also. But today, ladies, welcome to the platform. Definitely enjoy being with you guys, and definitely enjoy having you guys onto our platform.
Thank you.
So what's going on in your life? What's good? What's going on? Like, what's new with you guys?
You just told everybody what's new with us.
Right.
Did I just break everything down? Like,
yeah,
you know.
You did.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you.
Do you even need us for this?
Why not? Listen, I need you guys a part of my life right now. What you talking about real estate? Before we even go into real estate, let's talk about your personal life. Before we even go into you, because you came on onto the team, Gladys. Christina, let's talk about you. Talk to the people in regards to how everything started for you, you know, in terms of diving into real estate and just ended up on my team, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so getting into real estate in general, I was in the corporate world for a long time and then decided to become a mother and happened to get laid off all in like the same month. So I had to figure out what I was going to do, if I was going to continue in the corporate world and work at the crazy hours and whatnot. And somebody just, I don't know if I was like on Facebook and I saw somebody was doing real estate or what it was, but something just clicked in my head and I was like, oh, all right, maybe I'll try that and I'll do that class. And luckily, thankful for my husband that I was able to do that because, you know, he held it down so I could go to school and do what I had to do. So
shout out Johnny.
But that's right. Where are those men?
Hold on, Tony. There's a lot of good guys out there.
Let's not
she just happened to find a good guy, right? But there is a lot.
It took me a long time, and I guess a lot of fries.
Okay, let's not get into that.
I don't know if this is supposed to be a real estate podcast, but I feel like it's turning into a dating podcast. But yeah. So now, how did you come about? Who were you with before?
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams. How was that going?
Central. It was good. I mean, they were great there. Right. The support was great, all of that. But I just felt like there was something missing for me, and I don't know that it was necessarily anything that they were missing or that I was missing. But I don't know. It It was fine.
Nice. Nah, so that's cool. So you were with Keller Williams, and then all of a sudden, did I reach out to you, or you reached
I don't
out to
know.
me?
I don't remember if it was on Facebook. We saw, because I hadn't talked to you in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then there was, I don't know if it was something on Facebook that I saw, or I don't know. Oh, no. It was, I was having a hard time passing the test, and you told me you had the binder.
Listen, you gotta come to me.
Listen,
if you want to pass this test,
I'm
you
not
come to me.
kidding. I was on attempt number 11, and then Sadiq came through with this magic binder that he had with all the stuff highlighted in it, and I was like, oh. And number 12, I passed the test. So
You know what's crazy? Because even when I took the test too, it took me literally 4 times. I think I just spoke about this in one of my other interviews. It took me literally 4 times before I even passed it. I took the state and the law test the first time just to see where I was at study wise, just to make sure I was studying correctly. So I just did it. I failed it. I know I was going to fail it. But then the second time I took it, I passed the state test, but I failed the law test. So I failed the law test 3 times, and on the 4th time, I literally passed it. Yeah. So I understand where you're going with it. So like when she hit me up, she's like, Sadiq, I need help. I'm like, all right, Gladys. I mean, Christina. I don't even know my own team member's name, so you know that tells you I'm a little tap. But
I love it.
You don't want to tell people that.
I think they understand. My clients know that I'm good. But nah, you took my book, you passed it, and I'm actually glad that you became a realtor. You know, because one of those things that it's all about helping people and creating value. And I just think that you're a great person when it comes to, you know, connecting with people, you know, and I think that's what I think that's what a lot of people is missing. Listen, we're going to explain where this came from. This is a team thing, so don't bite it.
It's the Gladys thing.
It's actually the Gladys thing.
I was gonna say you did it. So.
But we're gonna talk. I'm definitely happy that you joined the Davies team, Christina. I definitely appreciate that. How did Gladys come about though?
Well,
wait, but can I talk?
No, because
this is bossy Gladys, by the way. She's extremely bossy.
I'm just taking it all in and noticing how not one of you have introduced me formally.
I don't need to. I gotta take turns. I'm working my way around.
I need a proper introduction.
Okay. Wait, she will get a proper introduction. However, Gladys came about for me. So I'm going to say how Gladys came about, and then she'll get an introduction.
Hey.
So when I was at Keller Williams, I met the wonderful Gladys, and we hit it off. Like, literally, she walked up to me and started speaking to me in Spanish. And I was like,
what are you saying?
I had no idea who she was. I had no idea what she was saying. And she was just like, and I was just like, and she was like, oh.
Did I do that?
First of all, you know how quiet she is. And so she was like, just talking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. And she's like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. And then from that moment on, it was like, we were going to have coffee and studying together, and it was meant to be. So, obviously, when I came over to Berkshire Hathaway to join the Davies group, it was natural that
she poached me.
Be like, you're coming with me. And that is how we got Gladys Santana.
I remember when you introduced Gladys to me, it took a while for Gladys to even decide to come onto the Davies Group, Berkshire Hathaway Davies Group platform. And I totally get it, I understand. But from your perspective, Gladys, I want you to talk about why, first of all, how you got into real estate, what made you decide to get into real estate, and why did it take you a while to decide if you want to make that transition from where you were at before to joining my team, if you don't mind? Because things like that is, you know, not a lot.
Like, I don't mind, but you keep cutting me
off.
So
the way I got into real estate was, I don't really remember. It's just like a thing that I did when I was thinking about how I wanted to get out of like the routine of just working a 9 to 5. And I wanted to leave something behind for my kids. And I knew that I wasn't going to do that with a regular 9 to 5. So I took the test. Well, I took the class, and then I took the test, and I passed.
The first time?
Yeah. Whatever.
Not everybody's Gladys, unfortunately.
Listen.
Pause.
And here I am. But no, it did take me a while to come onto the Davies group. Because it's a big decision, you know. It's one thing to get along with a person and, you know, like on a personal level, but then it's completely different to work with them. So it was a lot for me to think about, especially being so new to real estate. I just wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision.
No, I totally get it.
So far,
so good?
So far, so good.
Hold on, am I torture?
I'll let you know when you get too bad.
Listen, if it weren't for me, she wouldn't still be here. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
You know what's crazy? I really appreciate that you guys decide to come onto the platform with me, because this is something new that I wanted to launch this year, right? Because I created a system where I realized that, you know, if I could do it for myself, I want to do it for others, right? So my motto was, if you want to go far, go alone. No,
No, it's if you want to go far, go. No, if you want to go fast, go
yeah. If you want
alone.
to go fast, go alone.
And if you want to go far, go with someone.
Go with the team, exactly. And so that was my main motto for this year, was that I didn't want to do this by myself. It wasn't really about me anymore. It was like, what can I do with others, right? How can I elevate myself to the next level, but at the same time elevating others around me, right? And I think a team creates that, you know, and I think a team allows you to be able to get to that destination that you're trying to get to, you know. And I think you guys bring a unique characteristic about you guys that I actually appreciate a lot. So for Christina, Christina's more of a managerial type, right? She's very organized. She's very all about making sure that, you know, the family is good, you know, the team's good, and just making sure that everything's done appropriately. And
taking City down sometimes.
Very
Because sometimes.
Hold on. What?
City, his brain is just kind of like, and then I come in and I make it more of like a. But
she goes in and organizes the thoughts.
Yeah, he says all the thoughts and I organize them and get them ready because, you know.
My mind thinks 100 miles per hour. Like, I literally think so much, and like I always have all these crazy ideas and crazy things that I want to do. So it's just easy for me, like, and sometimes hard for me to really project what I want to say so people can understand it.
And somehow, from knowing him for so long,
she understood.
I'm in his head. He'll start a sentence, I finish it.
It's very interesting to watch. The dynamic is really
it's cool though. It's cool. I can't really complain. And Gladys, like, her unique ability, I guess I want to call it ability, is she's wise. I don't know how.
Right.
She's wise. Like,
you wouldn't know she was the youngest of the three.
Yeah, you would not know she's the youngest, and like she just says all these wisdom type quotes, and like just puts you in a comfortable spot. You're like, that was so sweet. Like, okay. But she has a unique ability to be able to bring you back down and make you feel good about the situation that you're in. You know, and I think when. Go ahead.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
No, go ahead. Talk to me.
Because not all situations warrant you to feel good. It's just you feel what you feel in that specific situation.
Exactly. Here we go.
That's not what this podcast is about. But no, I don't know. It's truth.
Where did that come from, though?
Just analyzing myself a lot. And analyzing other people. I feel like that's one of my passions, is just looking at how other people think and kind of relating it to myself, because that's really what it's about. It's just the connections that we have, because we're connected in that way. Like, we just, I don't know.
What are some of the things that you went through, or what made you decide that you need to like sit back and analyze yourself to understand who you are, if that makes sense?
I don't really know. It's just that I don't know.
It's just something that you would it's a natural.
It's just something that came naturally to me. Just trying to figure myself out. Yeah. And I feel like you can't really figure out the world if you don't know who you are.
Gladys. Wisdom.
We're gonna just start a book of like Gladysisms
stuff I say. Yeah.
You should really create a book of just Gladys's quotes.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, all right. So that's a little
projects.
secret that she's developing. Within the Davies group, we all have unique abilities to try to be as creative as possible. And so there are some great things. We're not really going to dive into it on this podcast because we don't want to share our next steps yet. But there are steps that we are planning on moving forward with. And I just want to say, just be on the lookout for some unique content coming from my end. And the reason being is because, you know, when you're around a team, right, and what and you're dealing with clients or customers, the most important thing is being able to create value for customers or people that we deal with. And I think one of the most important things that I've learned at the end, all of last year, or at least diving into real estate, is that people want to be educated and people want to work with agents that could provide them something, you know, something that they could feel comfortable to be able to know that they could trust the individual or the agent that they working with. And I think as we're diving into this year and we're moving forward, we're gonna focus more heavily on being able to create value for people that hopefully in God's name is memorable, and hopefully that they continue doing business with us, and as well as referring friends and family to us as well. In terms of creating value for people, what would you guys say? How would what would you guys say is going to be a unique direction in regards to how you guys want to conduct yourself with the clients moving forward?
How would I want to conduct myself with
Yeah,
clients? Just by being who I am and being honest and, you know, educating them as best as we can, you know. Because I feel like it all comes naturally, though, because like people can tell when you're being real with them or when you're, you know, when you're trying to pull the wool over their eyes. So I feel like it's
They
just
know.
right.
I think one thing that's going to be unique about the Davies group is that for us, like, you know, for us, it's going to be more about the quality of our transactions, not the quantity. It's,
exactly.
you know, if we're going to do 100 transactions, that's fantastic, but, you know, how many of them were at added value? How many of those homeowners are walking away with the knowledge that they need to be homeowners and things like that? So I think for me, that's going to be my big thing is, you know, making sure I'm helping educate my homeowners or sellers, and also just little things like, you know, how we were talking about like the baskets and things the other day. You know, I have, you know, what was I just going to say? Oh, so like with the baskets and things like that, like I like the idea of personalizing and things like that. You know, I have a closing coming up and I learned like the name of their baby that's getting ready to be born, so I can include something like that. Like I think it's about creating, like she said, those connections and those relationships so that they're not just clients. Maybe we're getting invited to their housewarming parties. We're doing, you know what I mean? I don't want to have a transaction and then keep it moving. I want to know you. I want to be a part of that going forward. And that's something I've always been good at, is like building relationships. It's just something that comes naturally to me, I think. So when it comes to offering something a little bit different, I don't see people out there that really, don't get me wrong, I think everybody cares about their clients, but I think that it's just going to be that next level that we're going to be able to bring because it's just our natural personalities, all three of us, I think. So I think that'll be something that'll kind of stick with clients and whatnot.
No, that's crazy.
Well said.
No, definitely well said. Definitely well said. This is the reason why I love working with these ladies. I think they just bring something very unique to the table, and a lot of you guys know that when I work with my clients, I truly care about my clients, whether the transaction is difficult or not. You know, because at the end of the day, you are going to go through difficult transactions. You know, just from my experience, and you guys are going to go through the same thing as well. But it's what we do with it. You know, at the end of the day, whether the transaction is difficult or not, right? To make sure that the end result, that the client is happy, right? And I think that's something that we want to bring to the table, is to be able to make sure that at the end of the day, that when our clients look at us, they appreciate the work that we do. You know, and it's not more. Once it goes back to that number one thing that Christina said, we're not here to do 100 transactions or 200 transactions or 300 transactions. That's going to come. God, in God's name, that's going to come eventually. But our main focus is to make sure that every one transaction that we do, that we do our best, and that when we do our best, we leave a smile on our client's face. And Gladys, you just had a closing
Yes, I
recently,
did.
and it was your first closing, correct? If you don't mind, can you talk about that experience? Because I think that experience is really unique, and
Oh, yeah, it is.
the experience is really unique. And the reason why I say it is because this is the type of stuff that we are focused on delivering to our clients. And your example of that is basically what we're here to do. So if you don't mind, just break that down.
Long story short, I kind of forgot that I was supposed to get paid. Like at the closing, I
Listen, if you're an agent and if you walk out the closing attorney's office and not pick up your check and not care, there's something going on there.
Clearly, you're not in it for the money.
No, that's a great point. You're not in it for the money because your main focus is my client.
It was a little embarrassing that I did not know that because I was just feeding off. They were so happy, and it made me so happy, and it was just too much.
And Gladys was crying.
Gladys is so emotional.
All right, can you guys? All right.
I'm sure Gladys was crying at the closing
it
table.
was bad. And then like when we left, it was like, because that's what I'm talking about when I mean connections, like genuine connections you make with people. Like I was like feeding off of their happiness, and I'm getting chills talking about it. But anyway, so like when we left, her and I, we were hugging. And it was a really, really long, intense hug. It was like one of those like energy transferring hugs. And then her dad and her husband are just looking at us like, okay, kiss close, can we leave? But it was so beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm very happy for them.
No, and that's what it's all about. Like I've had a lot of those. So I'm not as emotional as Gladys is.
I'm not, okay.
Hold on, you are emotional.
Wait,
That's why I stopped myself.
All right.
And Sadiq should have stopped himself too, because he can be emotional.
No, listen, I'm a Cancer, so I'm a different type of emotional, but.
I'm a Scorpio. I'm a strong emotional. I feel.
I'm a Gemini. I don't have any emotion.
But like, even when I deal with my clients too, like, even though I can't sit there and cry and stuff like that. I get it. I get it. There's nothing wrong with.
And now I feel like a pansy.
No.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna cry.
There's nothing wrong with that. Clients love to see that type of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, even if they hated it, it's happening. Bring it on the waterworks.
And I went through a bunch of those type of stuff with my clients, and like with me is more so just seeing the joy of them completing the transaction. And then just them knowing that, I was there for them every step of the way, and you guys are going through that with your clients now, and I think that's definitely one of the things that, as we're moving forward as a team, right? Because it's not an individualized system, there's a team system,
right?
Whenever we're conducting business, it's good to know that, my team members are here. I'm here for my team members, and they're here for me regardless of the situation, because if I need help with anything, I know I could hit up Christina. Hey, Christina, I need help with this. Or hey, Gladys, I need help with this. And vice versa. Right. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't want any of my team members to feel like I'm not there for them. And then on top of that, we have the Berkshire Hathaway company as well. So if there's anything that I can't do, I know I can always reach out to the office manager, Corey Wheeler, to be able to help out. And they've been great, So, and what's crazy is that I want to touch upon this. I think that's very important. A lot of agents, right? A lot of agents think about the money aspect of it, because some people ask me, oh, why you with Berkshire Hathaway, this and that, and I've had this type of conversation with a bunch of other realtors. Why not go with another agency and get paid more for the stuff that I'm doing? And to me, like, it's not about that, right? It's not about going to another firm and getting more money, right? Because at the end of the day, the firm does not make me and does not make you guys. It's not going to make an agent, none of that. At the end of the day, the client, you're conducting business with a client. I'm conducting business with a client. So it's more so about what can we do with the client. Right. Money's going to come, as long as we do our job.
Right.
You know,
And it's no different than how we say with the transactions. It's not about how many transactions we have. It's the value and the value that we add to our clients, the education that we give to our clients. It's the same thing. It's not about the split that we get with a brokerage. It's about the value they add to our team. It's about the education that they provide for us. The what's the other word I'm looking for? The like assistance that they provide. You know, us being able to pick up the phone and call them for help, and them not just looking at us like you're already a team, so we don't need to help you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think that's another huge thing too. You know.
Now moving forward, how do you guys plan on want to show relevancy to people? Not talking to client, but showing, how you plan on helping people, others. What type of stuff do you want to deliver to people in terms of content, in terms of anything that they could learn from, whatever the case may be? How do you guys want to move forward with that, or plan on moving forward?
That's a loaded question.
I don't know. I mean, we've talked a lot about the giving back aspect of this whole thing. Part of the reason why I wanted to get into real estate too was to create that income that would allow me to give back in my community, whether it be, soccer teams or the YMCA or any of those things. I'm big into wanting to give back. Veterans, same thing. So I'm definitely going to look into doing some of that stuff. Also, I'm working on a blog, so giving some value to working moms, not working moms. I've been for the last I don't know what year. I've been kind of a stay in between, staying at home, learning real estate, things like that. So I think it's important to highlight a lot of the working mom side of it too, because it's like what's the word? It's
I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say to help you out, but I can't.
I don't know, like being in the corporate world a lot and seeing a lot of the moms trying to be a mom and work in the corporate field. It's hard. And when I first had my son, I know this is probably TMI, but like trying to find somewhere just to pump when you're not with your child and things like that. So I think like my blog is going to be very focused on how to make things easier for moms, how to make things easier with your child, how to maintain your relationship, all the things that I feel like I've been successful with in my life. I want to try to bring that to other moms and things like that, while also providing real estate stuff, to them. And that's kind of what I'm going to be working on.
Amazing,
my
amazing.
blog and stuff. So.
That's dope. What about you, Gladys?
Gladys.
Gladys.
There's the proper introduction I was looking for. I feel like I'm still trying to find my niche. What I'm focused on is, making those connections and just, making each transaction count. So yeah, that's basically it.
No, that's dope. And I think one of the things that I'm going to focus on is taking what I did last year and elevating it to the next level, right? So everybody knows I do podcasts, and but I think this year Jesse and I, we're going to try to focus on helping a lot, not helping because they already got the help that they need, but more so for shining light on a lot of top producers, right? And so they could talk about their experience and also provide their expertise in regards to the things they do. I'm also want to find a way to be more creative educationally, if that's the right word, to be able to give more informative educational stuff to people where they can benefit from. Not more so like now, like because this year it's all about I feel like this year, especially with a lot of things that I've been learning last year, towards the end of last year and going into this year, is that people want to be educated, right? They want to know what value am I going to get from you. And I think the most important value that most people are going to get from me personally is going to be education. I'm not going to focus heavily on transaction. Yes, transactions are going to be a part of who I am or a part of the team. But I want to make sure that at the end of the day, that people, when they work either with me or the team, that, will provide the right information, the right educational content that they need to feel comfortable, to be able to move forward, and knowing that we're there, and they can always go to our page to find anything informative, that they can utilize to their benefit, whether they're working with us or not.
Right.
Because there's going to be clients that are not going to work with us.
Right.
You know what's crazy? We're going to have friends and family that's not going to work with us. And you're going to be like, what? WTF?
There,
I want to swear so bad, but we're going to be like, WTF? Like,
right.
How come they're not working with us? But it's not about that, So, but just being able to leave stuff out there for them to, when they're working with other agents, they can always go back to our personal pages and look at other stuff that we left on our page that's informative. And also just being able to be comfortable, whether they're not working with us, call you or call me to ask us for any question.
Right.
Questions in regards to, transactions that they're going with other agents,
And what will we say? Call your agent.
That's not true. But this is why I deal with
When keeping it real goes wrong.
I can't.
But I can't with this girl. But so it's just being there every step of the way, whether people deal with us or not. And I think we have that.
We
I
got
think
it.
we have that.
It's
leverage.
gonna be a big year.
It's going to be a great year.
There's a lot coming.
A lot coming. We have a lot. Be on the lookout for our content, what we're delivering, what we're providing, and we just hope at the end of the day to continue to work with others that's looking for agents like ourselves to work with. What about you guys?
I don't know.
I always look
That's
at
a
you
lot.
like he's asking me first.
I say you guys,
Yeah, but I always just go with you.
because she's in my line of sight.
It's a biting time.
I don't know. I just think that, being here from basically the beginning, and from just us sitting in that room with the whiteboard and just like trying to figure it all out to where we are now is just, I don't know, it's crazy to even think about that it happened so quick.
Yeah.
But because thinking about what that whiteboard looked like when we first sat
It wasn't even
down,
a whiteboard. It was posters. Posters on my office wall,
It was
and me just
insane.
jotting out ideas, and like Christina, like, what can we do here? And she just taking all my ideas and just organizing it all.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
And to
but
be honest, the other crazy thing too is that how many times do we talk about that we were really gonna do this whole year, just the two of us, and it was just like inevitable. Like we couldn't. When Gladys finally was finally like, okay, I think I want to do it. I'm like, Sadiq, that's it. It's not just the two of us anymore. We gotta. And
you know what's crazy? Like initially, our plan was to try to have at least 5 members on the team for this year, but thinking about it now, I definitely don't want to do 5 members. I'm very happy with the 3 of us, right? And I'm really, really happy knowing that it's y'all 2 that came on the team, and and I could share. We could definitely share this the success, this growth, and then from there, hopefully, we could grow and add other individuals that looking to be a part of a team.
right.
That's
like not even a team. It's more like a family.
yeah.
Think about it.
100%.
I mean,
Yeah, we work very well together.
Right.
We really do work. They
And-
torture me, but we work great together. They torture me. They torture me. But they put me in my
It's
place.
really not that
It's not
bad.
that bad.
They say it's not bad. It's torture. They even torture Jess. You know what? They're more relaxed with Jesse than they are with me. And Jesse's my guy.
Because we love Jesse. Hi, Jesse.
See what I mean? They love Jesse. I can't say they hate because they don't hate me.
It's
but I feel
never
like
hate.
hates. All right, here we go with the wisdom.
No, here's the thing.
It's not even lies. It's just
You're
a
about to
thing.
get into it. You're about to get into it.
It's not. This is what I say to my kids. It's not a bad thing. It's because I believe in you. It's because we believe in you that we do this.
Somebody's rubbing off of Christina. I mean, off of Gladys right now.
That's right. I'll let her have the
moment.
wise words.
True. I want you guys to close it out. You know, I'll close it out after you guys, but I want you guys to close it out in terms of, just speak to the people and let the people know.
Speak to the people.
Speak to the people.
Speak to
Where are
the
the
people.
people?
Well,
Which
the
one?
people.
Look at
I'm like,
whoever.
which one are the people?
También se habla español. Estamos bien emocionados para ayudarle este año.
Yeah.
What was that in English? Can you translate now?
No, I'm cool.
All she said was she also speaks Spanish, and these motherfuckers are crazy.
Leave it.
Throw that out there.
Leave it.
I can't say.
Why you acting like this is a Disney?
Yeah, leave it. Just leave it.
No, I don't swear. I'm the wholesome one. I don't think my parents have ever
You're
heard
acting
me
like
say
this is a
swear.
Disney show.
Nah, leave that at the camera. Leave that at the shot.
No.
Yes.
I think it's nice, you know?
Yeah, just leave
Why are
it.
you acting like this is a Disney show? This is why we like it.
And they hate me.
It's not hate.
So I'll just close it out by saying I'm really excited for this year. I think it's going to be great. We're just asking you guys to believe in us, trust in us, follow us, and come with us on the journey and let us help you if you have any real estate needs.
Hey, I should have.
Mic drop.
Woo!
Hey.
Woo-wee!
This is the craziness that's happening now. It's like midnight, I think, and now this is where like the human beings turn into wolves. They're about to turn into wolves right now.
We torture you. That is disrespectful.
Right.
How is that? You guys torture? Hold on. You guys can torture me, but I can't torture you guys.
Film your clothes. I want chicken wings.
They hungry right now.
We hungry.
They hungry.
I am.
What's going on? So thank you guys for tuning in on to Experiences with Sadiq and listening to the two lovely ladies and obviously the handsome young brother, myself, Sadiq. If you guys when you guys are ready to purchase or sell your home, you definitely can find us. We are launching our by the time you guys watch this, our website will already be launched. It's called the daviesgroup.com. That's TheDaviesGrp.com. You guys need to get a hold of us, whether it's Christina, Gladys, or I, myself. You can find us on our website. Also, you can follow us on our Facebook page and our Instagram page, which is the Davies Group. The Davies Group. It's TheDaviesGroup. The website is just GRP. All right, so you just want to make sure that you guys understand the difference in terms of when you guys looking out for us. But until next time, it's your man Sadiq on Experiences with Sadiq, where communication is key, advocating for the people's bliss and knowledge is inspiring. Find me on all my social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram. Experiences with Sadiq. Talk to you guys soon. Love ya. Peace. Holla at your boy.
Bye.
Hey, and
Was
we're
that
out.
hard?
And chicken wings.